Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. In just a few moments, you will witness an epic battle between good versus evil. David versus Goliath. Flan versus apple pie. The fight of the century between Uncle Sam, the United States, and La Patria, Puerto Rico. But before we go to the main fight of the evening, we were fortunate to spend time with each gladiator to see how they're preparing. Here we are with Uncle Sam, the United States. Share with us, how have you prepared for the fight against the opponent, La Patria, Puerto Rico?
Prepare? I don't need to prepare. Just a good American concoction and cigars will do.
You surely can't be serious. Your opponent has a relentless yearning to end your colonial grip.
I know my opponent very well. It's been over 100 years of me coddling her. La Patria is a small chica bonita who needs someone strong like me to protect her. She knows it, and I know it. Plus, she needs my help, because she suffers from an inferiority complex.
Inferiority complex? Please, explain what you mean.
I want to live in America. I want to live in America. I want to live in America. Independent statehood, commonwealth. Who am I? She's a little loca. Did you catch that bilingualism?
Uncle Sam, are you taking this fight seriously?
Puerto Rico is too pretty for me to give up. I have too many self-interests to allow her to just run around freely on her own. I rule the ring, and she'll be reminded who's champion. She'll be grateful once I spank her into reality. It's gonna be a great fight, folks. But at the end of the night, there's only one winner. And folks, you're looking at him.
Well, there you have it. Uncle Sam showing undisputed superciliousness.
I like that. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. You got that right.
No, it means you're arrogant. Somebody get me out of here. This guy, his breath smells like culo cagao. We spoke to retired boxer Serpiente Águila Mexico. The last fight Mexico had with Uncle Sam was in 1848. He gives a warning to La Patria.
Hi, I'm Mexico. Watch out for that dirty fighter who lives north of us. In 1848, I lost half of my country. This used to be California, Nuevo Mexico, Arizona, Colorado, Texas, Oregon. He'll poke you in the eye. He will trip you. He will step on your feet. He'll thumb you. He'll steal. He'll kill. He'll manifest destiny you. Don't ever trust him. He's a dirty, dirty player. He'll kick you, and this is what's left. He'll take everything from you. Do you want that to happen to you? Believe me, I've lost a lot.
Here we are with La Patria, Puerto Rico. Tell us, how have you prepared for this fight?
Preparation is a combination of mind, body, and spirit. Fighting against the oppression committed by Uncle Sam, the United States, requires a balance of the three.
Doy gracias por las mañanas que vienen ante que abro mis ojos. Doy gracias al sol en el cielo por los abrazos fuertes y calurosos. Ser despertado por la luz que brilla en las sonrisas de mis hijos es algo divino, verdaderamente divino. Vivo para tu risa y tu amor y lucho por tu libertad a simplemente ser. Vivo a verte crecer adorando la vida y los misterios en toque al poder. Sigue la voz que te guía, sigue tu alegría. Ofrece y rodéate solamente con energía positiva. Agarra la vida y vive la vida.
Uncle Sam insists he must look after you because you suffer from an inferiority complex. What do you say to that?
Uncle Sam would like you to believe he knows what's best for everybody. I do not suffer from an inferiority complex. My mind is clear and unapologetic. I want freedom and independence. My spirit is undoubtedly supernatural, for I am goddess. I am Atabe. I am mother. I am love. I am Borinquen.
Why do you continue to fight?
What do we gain if we don't? I'm restless as I hear my children cry out for a respectable and humane life.
If you don't win this fight, will you throw in the towel and retire?
If I retire to become the 51st state, then all is lost. And Uncle Sam will have another genocide notch on his belt. Just look at the genocide committed against the indigenous nations. Uncle Sam was right there next to Teddy Roosevelt, who led the invasion to Puerto Rico with the Rough Riders and said the only good Indian is a dead Indian. Did becoming the 50th state empower the indigenous Hawaiians or the white settlers? White supremacy knows no boundaries. And that's why I'm standing up today to fight against it.
Thank you very much for your courage and your unwavering will to fight. I'm rooting for you, La Patria. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The fights of all fights happening right now, brought to you by Liberation Arts Collective. In the United States corner, you have Uncle Sam weighing in with gluttonous appetite for subjugating nations, an imperialistic reach that has fought many contenders worldwide. Uncle Sam has shown reluctance, possibly even fear, to fight opponents of equal or more strength than he, like China. In the Puerto Rico corner, you have La Patria weighing in with unconditional love. Her reach embraces all her children of La Isla del Encanto to all Boricuas around the world, including here in New York City. La Patria has shown an unrelenting endurance because she has fought colonization for over 500 years. She will definitely go the distance. This is the fight we've all been waiting for. Are you ready to cocotazo? ¿Quieres cocotazo? These two have a long history dating back 123 years. Sam came out swinging invasive blows, stealing any hopes for La Patria to have a title to independence.
They spoke of being a civilized democracy, but instead, they became our new oppressors.
Uncle Sam shows more of his dominance as he pounds U.S. citizenship into the body of La Patria Puerto Rico.
Just in time to fight for me in World War I.
Those power punches of the Jones Act gave United States corporations millions of dollars in profit from all imported and exported goods, on top of already owning 80% of the Puerto Rican farmland. In those earlier years of the 20th century, La Patria Puerto Rico appeared to be crushed.
I found strength in my children like Juana Colón, Joan of Arc de Comerío, who fought for workers' rights and led strikes.
Patriots like Pedro Albizu Campos ignited a movement inside La Patria. She seized the possibility of gaining the title of independence.
Shut the hell up. Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye, by the order of the gag law.
The gag law made it a crime to speak, write, or sing about independence. Even displaying the Puerto Rican flag was a crime.
I say war. War against all nationalists.
I can't believe what I witnessed. Does Uncle Sam have no shame?
Ponce Massacre.
Let's see if La Patria Puerto Rico can recover from the Ponce Massacre. For all of our viewers, to silence the independence movement, the children of La Patria were unarmed when the police shot and killed 19 and wounded over 200 others. This was under the direct military command of Uncle Sam's appointed governor, General Winship. Let's check in on La Patria. La Patria, Puerto Rico seems to have recovered and is not giving up, ladies and gentlemen. She will continue despite that fatal blow. La Patria is mad as hell with the Jayuya uprising led by Blanca Canales. Uncle Sam returns fire with obscure combination shots to the head, baffling La Patria Puerto Rico with the Commonwealth status.
My head is buzzing. My children are confused, they're divided. Some of them love their abusive uncle more than their mother.
Irving! Andres! Rafael! Lolita!
La Patria landing a hard uppercut on Uncle Sam's homeland, Washington, D.C. Ooh! Ouch! Below the belt, Uncle Sam is known for his misogyny, so this cowardly act is no surprise.
Sterilization.
As we wait for La Patria to recover, I'd like to inform our viewers that during the 1930s to the 1970s in Puerto Rico, 1/3 of the female population was sterilized, making it the largest sterilization effort in the world. It looks like La Patria is ready to continue this fight. I will not count her out, ladies and gentlemen. She has a lot of heart.
Los macheteros! The young lords! FALN! Navy out of Vieques! 35 mujeres to free Oscar Lopez Rivera!
Coño así, coma, toma! Saved by the bell! What an incredible fight!
Promesa.
Oh my goodness! Uncle Sam transformed into a vulture hedge fund.
You're indebted to me forever.
For our viewers, Promesa is a fiscal control board that was created by Uncle Sam's presidents. It's also known as La Junta. La Junta dictates how Puerto Rico is to be run. And for that, the children of La Patria have suffered severe austerity measures. Hurricane Maria in 2017 plus the insults by Uncle Sam did not stop La Patria from getting back on her feet. La Patria retaliated with strong force, uniting her children for a common cause. The earthquakes in 2020 and now the pandemic. What is Puerto Rico to do? Will La Patria continue the fight for the title of independence or throw in the towel? Fans, what is her fate? What can she do? To the children of Borinquen, Puerto Rico, what do you want from La Patria? Leave a comment. She needs to hear your voice.